All right, welcome to this live broadcast. My name is Anthony Kukui, live on KMTV. And as you may be aware, 2 months from now, the country's biggest sporting festival, the National County Sports Meet, will be kicking off across the host counties for the preliminary rounds before moving on to the city, where we're going to have 8 counties progressing to the quarterfinals. So today we are going to be talking to the Deputy Minister for Sports at the Ministry of Youth and Sports to get to know some of the level of preparation being done so far by the ministry as the organization responsible for the hosting of this big sporting festival in Liberia. And we are privileged to have in our studio with us Deputy Minister for Sports, Honorable G. Andy Kwame. Good afternoon, Mr. Kwame. Welcome to KMTV.
Thank you, sir. It's a pleasure to be here for the first time.
Great. Tell us first about our studio, being here for the first time, watching us live every time.
It's lovely. Firstly, I need to say thank you to Randolph Jackson for your initiative and all you guys who have worked so hard to make sure that this reach appreciative level. In Liberia, to have an online television, it's not easy, especially with the prices of data now in Liberia. You guys need to keep it up. For two seasons now, you have been our partner in the country meet. So we hope this year again we will have a partnership so that you can take all our game live.
Thank you. Now, moving on to the issue about the National County Meet, we have about 50 days to the kickoff, so the countdown.
You are counting.
Yeah, that's something that I'm really impressed with the Ministry of Youth and Sport. Each time the county meet is about to start, you see the countdown on the wall. So whenever you visit the ministry, you know exactly how many more days left to the kickoff of this tournament. So tell us, how far are we with the preparation of this year's edition?
Well, we've started with our work, though right now it's behind the scene. We are working with the 4 county superintendents of the 4 venues. Rambasso County, Janjabakwe, Maryland County, we are working with Josh Pratt. Lofa County, we are working with Mr. Tim Tamba. And Grand Kemon County, we are working with Aaron Fencing and all their steering committee chairmen. So actively behind the scene right now, we are working and we have our sponsor, which is Orange, and on Monday at 2 o'clock, Orange and the Ministry of Youth and Sports will be signing a memorandum of understanding to be our official sponsor for the National County Sports Meet for 2019-2020.
So preliminarily from the 4 venues, what can you say in terms of percentage of preparations?
Like I said, work right now is behind the scene. Like you said, 50 days to the kickoff.
Yeah.
So right now, all the preparation is behind the scene. The countries are preparing. They are, especially Lofa has some challenges, and those challenges, we hope that before the middle of November, those hurdles will be cleared. Maryland also have some challenges. The economic situation globally, not just Liberia. So those countries have some challenges, but those challenges will be cleared out before the 14th of December 2019.
Now, last year edition where Orange became sponsor for the very first time, we saw a whole lot of good things. The football being marked with the county flair, the Ministry of Youth and Sport County Meet logo. Tell us, what are some of the extra things that we're expecting this year edition as well?
No, but if I said here to tell you my secret, I wouldn't be doing justice to the Liberian people. The anxiety should be there when you come to the county meet and you see new flavor. We've worked outside Liberia, we've worked with football internationally, we have seen. So those things that we see outside, we always want to introduce it to our own setting. So hopefully you will see some new branding, new activities for this year county meet. We signed kit sponsorship with Cindio. Cindio will be our new kit manufacturer for this year county sports meet. We hope they come out good. We have a sponsorship with Shintao Beer, APN Terminal. And in the governmental circle, we have NASCO, LPRC, MPA, LAA, LCAA. All these people who are in the governmental circle have also been our partners. But our main partners have been APN Terminal, Shintao Beer, and Orange is the prime sponsor of the country. As a matter of fact, on Monday at 2 o'clock, we will be signing an official MOU with Orange for the kickoff of the county meet.
Mr. Deputy Minister, how many categories are you featuring this county meeting to name them?
Where we stay in negotiation, but hopefully we'll be doing kickball, football, basketball, track and field, Preliminarily, we still considering to bring Scrabble and chess. But I rarely say this will be a possibility, but we are still studying the possibility of bringing Scrabble, chess, and athletics.
You introduced the female football the last as a pilot. Are you contemplating on it as well?
Well, like I said to you, we have global economic challenges. But when those challenges are melt down, hopefully that we will see. But we are still in negotiation with the LFA and the Ministry of Youth and Sport to see how this year again we can introduce a female soccer.
Now, away a little bit from county meet, recently we saw the national amputee team of Liberia emerging as third place winners in the Africa Cup of Nations for amputee football. And interestingly, this is a new breed of players, young folks who made up the team for the very first time, traveling out of Liberia to participate in the tournament. Tell us about your own impression or the ministry's impression about the team's performance in Angola.
Firstly, we want to say a big thank you to the President of Liberia, His Excellency Dr. George Manawia, who supported the amputee football team to leave Liberia to go to Angola and participate. We were slightly unlucky not to have gone to the finals. We got defeated by Angola in the semi-final. And you know, Angola was hosting, so a lot of things went their way. When you are hosting, you know what can happen. But we took their place, like you just said, new breed of players. Hopefully in 2 years, we hope Liberia can go again all out. Most of the countries play with their professional. Then Nigeria brought some professional from Ukraine to play for the amputee. We don't have that. But the fact that our team can go and still come back with third place, we are happy, especially with 100% of the players being new.
Now that brings us to the next question about our amputee players. In other countries like Angola and Nigeria, like you mentioned, we have these players opportunity of playing in other countries. But here in Liberia, we don't have a standard league, and usually find our teams only go into this competition before they go. Sometimes they have to cry out for support before moving on to this tournament. What has been put into place so that we'll have our teams going on in these international competitions?
Good. You see, in Angola, there's an amputee league. In Nigeria, they have amputee league. Even if you watch the DSTV Super Sports, there's a channel there that shows Nigeria amputee football. The capacity of Nigeria, you cannot compare with Liberia. They have 200 million. Liberia, you know, we have just 4 million. The players in Liberia are less than 18, so you cannot even run a league. So that's the disadvantage of Liberia. But hopefully in time to come, you know, to be amputee, nobody pray for that. So it's a difficult thing to, how do you recruit? It's difficult. You cannot sit on TV and say, we want to recruit new players. It means that you are wishing evil for your country. So it's unfortunate. We cannot even discuss it further. But we hope our team will build on the morale from the third place winning, and hope in 2 years' time they can go and capture.
I'd like to take you back to the National County Sports Meet. What does it bring to the national scene organizing this tournament annually?
There's a major political challenge for the county meet. Every superintendent, every city major, every representative, every senator want to be a part, want to be a coach, want to be the technical director. It's crazy. For instance, there are technical areas that belong to only technical people. You dare stop a senator, you dare stop a representative, you dare stop a superintendent from going into the dressing room, from going to the technical area. These are the challenges we go through each and every day when the county meet is on. But again, this is the euphoria for county meet. People love it. If you come from Nima County and you're supporting Nima County, how then can the coach tell Senator Prince Johnson to not come in the dressing room? It takes away from him. How from Grand G that you tell Zoe Penno, Representative Zoe Penno, do not come into the dressing room? He sees himself going to the dressing room for morale, to tell your country, if you win this, I give you 1 million. How can you then stop that kind of man from going to the dressing room? Again, you know football. There are rules. But those rules, you know, we are soft in applying them when it comes to the country meet. Because country meet is political. But we'll try our best to see, as time go by, to educate our people that dressing room belongs to only technical people. But again, it's a tough one, but we'll keep trying.
Financial wise, what are we talking about in terms of the overall budget?
Well, this year in the budget, the Ministry of Finance have allotted 300,000, which is, you know, 300,000 divided by 15 counties You know the story. You do the math. That's why we are out there crying for sponsors, going from door to door, finding individual sponsors and official sponsor for the country.
Yeah,
As a matter of fact, we just received a letter yesterday from ArcelorMittal that the 3 counties which they are operating in, they will make 2,005 each available to those countries, Nema, Bon, and Basso, which is also a boost to them. We want to say thank you, but we need more, especially from a big company like ArcelorMittal. We need more. We hope that they can be one of our sponsors for this year, especially the official kickoff is in Grand Basso County again.
Disciplinary wise, the last time we had a counter media abandonment of teams and players, and the ministry stated clearly that they were going to put in place some measures so that that cannot reoccur. What are you doing this time?
You see, like I said, county is political. If Grand Basso County sign player, we are not witnessing or we don't attest to the contract. It's a difficult part. Even as we speak, Grand Cayman County is still indebted to their both teams. We're behind the scene. We are still negotiating. We are talking to Madam Safua Gray, who is the president of LOCA. She has taken the initiative to make sure that we solve this issue. There's a guy who is the steering committee chairman of Cayman County called Kevin Boyman. He have also behind the scene. They have agreed to resolve those matters going into the new season. So it's a tough one. Like last year, Sando County was stranded. I have to call Professor Wilson Tappe, and Professor Wilson Tappe went there and financially settled the hotel bill and the indemnities with these players. So we have to continue to talk. But again, people will go there, they want the moral part of it, but when it comes to the financial part, everybody leave, especially when the team leave the tournament in the first round. Nobody want to identify anymore. Whatever happened is either the burden of the superintendent or few people who are waiting to help. Like for instance, last year, Grand Jide County, Ibrahim Kidi single-handedly spent more than $4 million Liberian dollars on Grand Jide. I was happy because when he came to Monrovia and the superintendent came to my office and asked, look, Andy, what's your relationship with Ibrahim Kidi? I said, he's my very good friend. I said, we want him on board. I could make just a telephone call to Ibrahim Kidi. That was the biggest opportunity he was looking for. Sometimes these people from the country are just looking for a single telephone call from either the superintendent or somebody in authority, and they are ready to go.
The repetition of players playing in the league, and you stand on that the other time. Are we stay on course?
Yes, we are on course. Right now, our rules and regulation, before it used to be generic, but we are trying to make it specific this time. The basketball component will be handled by the Basketball Federation. The football component will be handled by the Liberian Football Association. The keyboard component will be handled by the Keyboard Federation. The track and field component or the athletics part will be handled by the Liberian Athletic Federation. So we are trying to do that. If for any reason we will bring in Scrabble and chess, the rules and regulations governing will also be handled by these people.
Speaking about other disciplines, before my colleague can come in, basketball specifically, there's been the issue of long-standing crisis. We're getting reports that the ministry is intervening. How far are we?
Sir, I don't want to discuss this on this media, but behind the scene, yes, we are negotiating. Hopefully, the election is supposed to be in November, but I'm sure the Basketball Federation will come up with their own guidelines and timetable to the media and to the public. But I cannot be the one to do that.
There are some good signs from negotiation.
Where we are negotiating and we are talking behind the scene. I don't want to say anything much that I'm not authorized to.
Now, finally, before we can take leave of you, is there another thing that you would like to talk about relative to the county meet?
Well, since I'm on this medium go globally and in local Liberian news, we are appealing to our sponsors. New sponsor will be the Dutch Bed, APN Terminal, Orange. Like I said, Orange, we are signing memorandum of understanding with them on Monday. So Orange is already there. We've signed a contract with Cindio, who will be the kit manufacturer for the county meet. And we are talking to NASCO, who was one of our major sponsors last year, APRC, MPA, all these governmental agencies who are financially okay to come to help our county meet. As a matter of fact, you know that the county meet is the biggest sporting platform in Liberia. So we want to make it huge, we want to make it big, but our parable say, "Turtle want to bag, but the hands are short." So we are looking up to see our sponsors to come up clean this year, so that at least the country be every year we add new flavor, every year we add new flavor, and make it bigger and make it better.
In closing, though, Macaulay said finally, at the end of the county media festivity, what happened next?
Well, like we have our technical working group.
Okay.
Like our former national team players, you can see them at the country meet. They are there to support players for the Liberia Football Association. Liberia Football Association also work out with them through the technical director, Mr. Henry Brown. So these players are spotted and recruited for the national teams and for various teams in Liberia.
Thank you so much, sir.
It's a pleasure.
Well, folks, there you have it. He's G. Andy Kwame, Deputy Minister of Sports at the Ministry of Youth and Sports, has been giving us update on the level of preparation and works done so far relative to the hosting of this year's edition of the National County Sports Meet. As you all know, it's the biggest sporting festival in Liberia, very political, and regardless of which country you come from, definitely your country is part of the competition, so you just have to support your country. So until we're back here again, thank you for watching KMTV, always.